Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hola. Okay.
Get him, Chazzy.
Now this that moment you've been waiting for. I'm back, no more looking for me like I'm Waldo. Oh no, I don't skate around like Apollo. Don't do long preliminary, screw the intro. Time is of the essence. Who you know kicking and flipping and spinning the tide? Signal West or Westman. Who you know taking his time, doing it right? Just check me out like I'm paying the clerk. I'm still ahead, listen to my whole body of work. Check my track record like Sidney McLaughlin. When it comes to rhythm and flow, real talk, I'm flawless. When I'm on the track, I run it like Sidney McLaughlin. That's my crush, I just like saying the name often. Can't let this time go to waste. You think that I'm long talking, but I'm using this as bait. I'm a God believer man, so I'ma take a step of faith. I would ask her for the time, but I really want a date. What you say? Jazz. Alright, so boom. The big coming Carlos said he had a late pregame and I could pull up on him. Tryna roll. For real? Bet. Pull up to the pregame. Yeah. Pull up to the pregame. Pull up. Pull up. Hey. Pull up to the pregame. Yeah. Pull up to the pregame. Pull up. Hey. Catch a vibe, come and meet the team. Come and kick it with your fave 3. Chop it with us, come and join the stream. Trust me, y'all, it's must see. It's a culture party if you partaking. Hottest podcast, it ain't no debating. It's ringing off cause it's so engaging. Let's keep it raw. You won't find this on no other page. This kind of talk, this kind of cloth right here is tailor-made. What up, love? Tryna have fun, we the plug then. It's for the people so the culture win. Need an outlet, then tap in. Come tap in. We keep it fresh with the content. We even got Bash Stop from Carolina Blitz. And Shop from PMP, they're a perfect fit. Cause what's the point of a pregame if it ain't lit? It's lit.
Whoa, why'd I come in like that? There we go. Yo, what's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to the pregame. We lit, we live, and while y'all edit, like, comment, and subscribe, let me tell you, if I ain't got some dedicated co-hosts with me, my man Shot is in the car with it.
Yeah, got to. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you, brother. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cool, man. How's everything your way, my guy?
Everything good, man. I'm pulling up with these dance duties. That's what I'm pulling up with today. Dance Dad, for real.
Dance Dad. Put Dance Dad in the chat. Dance Dad, man. How's everything going? Are they in there now? Are they finishing up?
No, they in there now. I got another hour and some change. Okay. So I'm just chilling.
Smooth, man. But it's always good to see you. So you pulling up on Dance Dad duties. I'm pulling up in the celebratory mood. As you see, I'm not home. I'm actually in Wallace, North Carolina right now. It's about, a few, maybe 45 from Wilmington. But one of my homeboys from high school, he's getting married tomorrow. So we down here for a wedding. So we just pulled up here not too long ago. I enjoy, one of my passions is doing the podcast and stuff. So I had to bring some of the stuff down here and still pod, man. But shout out to TJ. Getting married tomorrow, man. It's cool to see, like, people grow up from high school now getting married and all these different things, and so super excited to celebrate him and his beautiful bride, man. So that's what I'm pulling up with. Other than that, man, I'm gonna steal something that you usually say to Dave, man. Said it. How was your weekend? How was your week?
Yeah, man, really busy. Just real busy. Got some things I'm planning and leading. So got a lot going on, man. But it's good to hop on the mic, hop on the pods, talk. You know what I mean? Decompress a little bit, but busy week.
I feel that, bro. When are you not busy? When do you have a moment to chill, bro? You're always busy. Dog.
I know, man. I like it that way, though, man. I tell my wife and everybody around me, once I stop doing something, like, that's bad. Like, my mind starts racing. Like, I have trouble sleeping at night because my mind stay moving. So I like it that way, though. I like it. I like to stay busy. Like in the famous words of Jay, man, loiters should be arrested, man. You gotta keep
Hey,
moving. Keep
that's
moving.
facts, bro. That's facts. So first off, man, let me tell you. So last week it was a really good pod. We had a fun pod, and out of nowhere, Shad and Vashad just told me to watch this show. They told me to watch this show, the Aaron Hernandez Show. It's on FX, American Sports Story, about Aaron Hernandez. And I watched the first 2 episodes, and boy, they were not lying when they had some of those reactions that they had. And we'll get into that a little later on. Vashai will be here in a little bit. She's stuck in traffic. She messaged me about 15, 20 minutes ago, so she should be pulling up. So I'm going to save that Aaron Hernandez part for her because that was wild. But man, it's been a lot going on in the media. So I'm going to pull up the first thing. And this is a very interesting piece. I named this episode of the pod "What Happens in Vegas" because a lot of things are happening in Vegas in terms of the sports world right now. And one thing that's going on is the former starting quarterback, Matt Sluka, for UNLV, played the first 3 games. They were 3-0. They were cooking. He looked pretty solid. The team looked good. And then out of nowhere, he decided to redshirt this season because of allegedly an NIL deal following through. He was guaranteed a certain amount of money. I don't remember how much it was. It had to be $1 million or so. Guaranteed that money, said he didn't get it. And so he was like, you know what? Y'all promised me this. I didn't get it. I'm redshirting. Basically, I'm out of here after this year. My question is, and this is something I want to bring up because NIL is fairly new in the college sports realm, and we're seeing this a lot. He wasn't the first. He was the first one to do it this year, and then somebody else came back afterwards and was like, "I'm redshirting as well." Is this a W move or is this an L move when it comes to this college sport? We always talked about them getting paid for their name, image, and likeness, and now this is coming up where they're redshirting seasons or transferring before the season's out, leaving their college teammates behind to make this particular move based on money. What are your thoughts on this, shot?
I mean, when you incorporate business and money, you got to treat it like a business. You know what I mean? So I had mad respect for this. You know what I mean? I don't know what the details were, so I can't speculate as to what was not provided. But if we agreed upon something and you breached the contract, then I have every right to say, nah, you know what, I'm out. So I support this 1,000%. Shout out to Saluka. He is actually Jalen Coker's quarterback too. So
Yeah.
yeah. He went to Holy Cross. So yeah, but I support it, bro. I support this 1,000%. And I'm surprised I don't see this more. I'm surprised you don't see this a lot more because listen, it's a business. When you integrate money into something, it's a business. If you don't follow through on your contract or your side of the deal, then it's fair game.
Nah, that's real. I think somebody said it on the podcast. They're like, the moment you start making money for something you do, you're no longer like a kid. You are a full grown adult. You're a pro. Like that's what's going to happen. And so my biggest thing is like business is business, bro. If you promised or if you said something, and like I said, I don't know the ins and outs and how much was said and if this is true, what is true, what we know to be true is that he did redshirt and he is transferring. There's been reports saying he did receive that money. We don't know. I'm not getting all to that. I'm not getting in all of that. But what I am going to say is when you start making money doing something, then you have the right to make your decision on what you want to do and how you want to move forward. That it is what it is. At the same time, a company would do the same thing to you. If you weren't doing what you were supposed to be doing, they would fire you. They would bench you, whatever it may be. He's making that move now. And I hope that this doesn't, and I'm not sure, like he was having a solid season, but let's say that he goes into the pros and he goes to the draft. Whenever he does, I hope this doesn't come back and bites him in the butt where he's like, well, you left your teammates out, because that's what they're trying to push this narrative to is, well, you left your teammates high and dry. UNLV was 3-0. Now we got another quarterback, blah, 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 blah. I'm not sure if they won last Saturday. I have to go look, but I hope that this doesn't happen. Who's at fault here, Shot?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know who's at fault because I don't know the details, and I don't want to place blame on somebody when I don't know the ins and outs of the contract. But I mean, whether he was expecting something, because he could be at fault, right? He could have expected something that wasn't there in the deal, right? And that wasn't a part of it, and he may have received something, and he could be trying to take advantage of a situation, or it could be that UNLV didn't fulfill what they wanted to do. So I can't answer who was at fault. I'm just surprised you don't see this a lot more because, again, like you said, if money's at play, then you got to hold up your side of the deal, or I'm gonna walk. So I don't know who to blame though.
No, I think this is a difficult one, man. I think like this is the start of something. I think we're going to start seeing a lot more players do things like this when they're not getting the deals that were promised. And I think this right here shows us what was going on behind the scenes all those years before the NIL deal, where a lot of these coaches or a lot of these universities were promising certain players something just to get them to transfer here. And now we're just seeing what was happening under the table public.
Yep.
And so we'll see what happens, man. But before we continue, I definitely want to say something real quick. Definitely thoughts and prayers out to everyone in Western North Carolina, the mountains, everything that's happened with Hurricane Helene. I know a lot of people are still struggling with that. I mean, even last podcast, my power was out, and that was only the vast majority of what was taking place with my home. And I can only imagine what's going on in the mountains and all of that. So thoughts and prayers out. I know a lot of my company and a lot of other people, boards I'm on nonprofits for, we've gotten donations and all those different things. And I'm going to steal something that someone else said that I loved is like, even if you watch this, if you're in that particular place and you're watching this right now, I hope that we can be entertainment to you during this interesting time, and just know our thoughts and prayers are with y'all. So I definitely wanted to say that. Last thing I want to say is shout out to Charlotte FC. I had to wear the jersey. They clinched the playoffs last night, which is dope.
Yeah, I was there. I was at the game actually.
Okay.
Well, I was volunteering. I do volunteering at certain events that happen at Bank of America Stadium. And partially, that's part of my dance duties, right? So, going to those games and volunteering, and energy was up, man. Energy was up. That was dope. They clinched. It's just completely opposite when the Panthers are playing. But I digress.
You're lucky I ain't got my sound machine.
Yeah, I digress. But
salute. So here's my question though: was the energy as high or almost as high or even higher than what you saw Sunday at the Bengals game? We'll get into the Panthers a little later on, but I had to ask that question.
Yeah, I think when it's a playoff berth, on the line, I think the energy is going to be up. So I mean, it's less people, right? It's about they don't feel the top level, so it's not as loud and not as But man, that Charlotte FC crowd is something else, man. Them dudes, they be out there wilding, and it's good. It's a good vibe though. Them Charlotte FC games are pretty good. But I mean, this is kind of weird to say, but they are the best thing smoking in Charlotte right now. From a sports perspective. Yeah, not even close.
It's not even close, bro. Not even close. I mean, I guess the closest one would be our hockey team, maybe, but that's not pro. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, who knows? That is pro, semi-pro, but yeah, I don't know, man. Let's go into the next thing. Let's talk about another Vegas situation, man. This has been interesting. A lot of it has been happening via social media or just media in general. But Davante Adams now has come out and said that he's requested a trade. But before that, it was a lot of things that were happening behind the scenes. He went on Kay Adams, was talking, and basically Kay Adams asked him a question around like, hey, have you talked to the organization? Have you talked to Antonio Pierce? And he was like, no, I haven't heard from anybody since last week, which is very odd because usually they are in communication with their players. And then the other thing was somebody, I think it might have been SportsCenter or Sports Illustrated, posted something on Instagram around the Davante Adams posse being traded. And Antonio Pierce liked the Instagram and the Instagram post, and everybody just went crazy. All that happened before this news came out that Davante Adams wants to be traded, and all those different things. My question to you, Shad, is do you feel as though that the Raiders wasted his years while he was at the Raiders? And again, who's at fault here?
Yeah, man. Of course, they wasted it. They had Adams, when they got him, was the best receiver in the game. You know what I mean? Like, he's an elite route runner, extremely talented. And for them not to, give him a quarterback, means he went from Aaron Rodgers to nothing, right? Yeah. And so, they failed him. And again, Pierce was not the head coach at the time when they got him. So there's a lot of happenings and it's the same thing with the Panthers, man. You get these these folks in here and they have one way they do it. They've got these guys that they want to work with, and then boom, something happens. Those guys are gone. You got to reroute the way you're running your organization. And Pierce, I mean, bro, I think he's drawing a line in the sand, right, bro?
Yeah, yes.
This is something where he's like, you know what, man, I know you're a great player, but this is my team, and I'm not gonna let one individual run my squad. And for him to go out there the week we beat them and say, hey, dudes out here making business decisions, he was talking about Devontae.
Oh
Because
yeah.
listen, Devontae had like several uncharacteristic drops out there, bro. He was catching the ball and then just getting it knocked out of his hands. Like, it was really weird watching that. And I know we took a victory lap, JC with the straps and all that. It was dope, but that was very unlike Devontae Adams. And so
Right.
I think that I don't know who was at fault. I see both sides of the coin in that Devontae Adams is like, yo, get me out of here. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember one time a couple years ago, it was rumored that he wanted to trade. So I'm
Yeah.
not surprised with this. I'm not surprised that he requested a trade. If that's the case, I would have too. If I'm one of the best wide receivers in the game and I'm playing with trash at
Right.
quarterback, I don't blame him one bit. Also, I see Pierce's side of it that, bro, I can't let you run my team. I'm not, because if I let you do it, then who's the next guy that's going to come up here and try to run me over? So
Yep.
I see both sides of this, and I think eventually, the GM and the ownership had to take a good hard look and say, who am I rolling with? Because I got an elite talent wide receiver that I can build around or help me get
Yep.
this franchise on the right side, or am I going to let my coach cook? Because I can't have both at this point. It looks like
Right.
you gotta find which way you're gonna go. So I don't know, bro. I think it's very interesting. Very
Yeah,
interesting.
you're right. You're right. I think it's clear to me whose fault it is, and it's the organization's fault. I'm not saying
Yeah.
it's Antonio's Pierce. I think it's the organization's fault. Here's my biggest thing, man. When you trade for an elite right receiver like Devontae Adams, and the reason he came here was because he wanted to play with his college quarterback, Derek Carr. That's the reason he said that he wanted to play with him. You knew he was interested. It's kind of like this whole Hassan Reddick situation in the Jets. Hey, I'm going to trade for you. We know you want a long-term contract, and then I don't give you a long-term contract. Of course, this elite receiver who's used to a certain kind of way wants what they want. You know what kind of personality you're getting when you get these superstar players, and then immediately you not only bench Derek Carr, but then you trade Derek Carr out of Las Vegas. Of course, he's going to be unhappy because that's the reason that he came here. So I feel as though they already started off on the bad foot, and then also the coach that was there before was terrible. The GM that was there before that was terrible, and then finally, I think Antonio Pierce basically inherited this disaster, tried to fix it, but at the same time, we're seeing the same thing that happened at Carolina with the whole Bryce situation of like, do I cater to one player or do I cater to the other 52 players that are in the locker room? And I think that's what Antonio Pierce is trying to do, of saying like, hey, I can't just focus on 17. I got to focus on the entire 52 and making sure that I lead this group of men. And I think that's what's going on with him. And Devontae's like, I'm out of here. And my last question for you before we move on to the next thing is, if you had a crystal ball, and if you were a betting man, I know you're not a betting man, Shad, but if you were a betting man, where is he going? Where do you think he'll land?
Ooh, where? Man, aren't the Chiefs looking for a daggone receiver? I mean, I don't know. I don't think I fit that in the cap. What is he playing for? Is he playing for a ring? I'm sure he'll take a cut. You never know, man. When it gets to situations like this, these type of players end up with some of the best teams out there. You're like, how the hell did that happen? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know. I don't see him taking a risk with the next
Mm,
team he goes to, right? I
yeah.
don't think he'll come to like the Panthers, like with the
No.
organ. He's not doing that, right? Or you need to go to a team that's established, has an established culture, good somewhere like, I don't know. I'm just pulling this out of my,
Yeah.
like the Ravens. You know what I mean? Somewhere that has an established. So I don't know where he's gonna go. I don't know what everybody's situation is like. Unfortunately, I'm focused directly on the Panthers, so I don't know what
For sure.
everybody's cap situation and draft picks and draft capital looks like. So I can't really say, but I will venture to say this. I do think it's going to be a playoff team. I think he goes to a playoff caliber team and he goes out there and gets it done. And he's done playing games with these bum organizations.
Yeah, man. I think that he's made his money. He's played with elite quarterbacks. I think right now what he wants to do is win, and whatever is going to put him in the right spot. I think it's only, to me personally, I think there's only 2, maybe 3 teams that he'll look at. One, of course, the Jets, right? You go back to Aaron Rodgers. I'm just really curious to see what that looks like with Garrett Wilson and him together. I mean, Garrett Wilson would probably eat playing the wide receiver 2 and having a cornerback, a CB2 on him, but I don't know how that's going to work out. I don't know their cap space. The other thing I can see is the Saints going back with Derek Carr. You went to the Las Vegas because you wanted to play with Derek Carr. The Saints are looking good. The Saints could use another wide receiver. Him, Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed could be something solid. And then third, Chiefs. Chiefs need somebody. They just put Rashid Rice on IR. Who knows what they're going to do with that?
Just real quick, with the Chiefs, he's not going to the Chiefs. They're in the same division. That's not.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. I don't think they'll do that.
Before I said it, so I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. But I like the other teams though that you mentioned. I hope the Saints don't get him.
Me too.
But I envision him going to a winner, bro. He's done playing games though for sure.
Yeah. And it's interesting they're saying he's only going to go for a second round pick. And I was thinking about it at first, but then I saw that contract and I was like,
contract,
yeah. That makes total sense. That makes total sense. Okay, cool. So one thing we haven't done, I'm trying to see, do you want to wait for Vashti, or do you want to go into Aaron Hernandez?
It's up to you, bro. It's up. We can get into it, man.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it. So if you haven't seen it, spoiler alert, we're talking about episodes 1 and 2. But just let us, you can join in, whatever. But this has been a wild show so far. I mean, Shad, you said it. You were like the first. She said she's here. I didn't even see you. Look at that. Thank you for texting me, Vashti. Perfect timing. What's up, Vashti?
Yeah, I've been here for a little minute now.
My bad.
Hanging, bro.
So here's the thing. I'm not at my office where I have like the multiple monitors so I can see you. I'm on one monitor in the boonies. So pardon me. Vashti, what you pulling up with? Say no more. So you ain't gotta say it. Look.
Okay.
Aaron Hernandez story, episode 1. Y'all were not lying when you said the first 10 minutes is pretty wild. It was pretty wild. My question before, and we can get into like the debrief of episodes 1 and 2. I'm having a hard time figuring out if this was real or not.
I looked into it, and according to reports, he confessed. Are we talking about the gay thing?
I'm just talking about it was just we understand that he was convicted for a murder or whatever, but just the way that they are expressing his personal life was just like, is this real or is this like a
what specifically are you talking about?
Okay, so let's talk about let's talk about the first 10 minutes, right? Like the fact that he had a personal relationship with a teammate of his, like his high school teammate. They had a relationship. They were on the same football team. He had a relationship like that right there. I was like, is this real or is this something that they are perceiving or just trying to make a good story for TV? That's what I'm talking about.
So the gay thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, say it.
I know, right?
I had to give it. I had to break it.
What we gonna talk about?
But here's the thing. I had to break it down for people who haven't seen it. Like, I don't want to just say, oh yeah, just that. Like, it's the person. We understand. Like, there were already stuff out saying that he was gay. What I'm saying is, like, was it are they making up the story around the relationship being a teammate of his? That's what I'm talking about.
His teammate came out and said that was the case.
Wow.
So that's where they got that story from. His teammate confessed to the fact that they had this relationship.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, of course, Hernandez is not here to refute any of the stories, but that's what the teammate said, and apparently he told his lawyer about his gay relations as well.
Interesting. Okay, so episode 1, what were y'all thoughts? Shad, you got something to say?
Hey, look, I can't remember the episodes. I'm gonna be honest, it all kind of it goes together.
Just go for it.
But I just, bro, the first couple of episodes, it felt real like forced. Like everything was around that, and it just feels like they got to a lot of his story and his background, but man, it just felt like that just consumed everything. Like, and it was just weird. Even when you get later on into like episodes 4, like the latest episode just came out, like the
Yeah.
innuendos, it wasn't as overt, but like it just seems like they really like diving into this gay thing with him. And again, it's not the first time we've heard about it. It's always been some inklings that he was, he did that, and that was his business. But it seems like that is consuming a lot of what this is about, and I don't know how I feel about that, man. I really don't know. I don't know. I got to see where it goes, where the whole thing goes. But it's just very interesting.
Yeah.
That the way he was as masculine as he with the tattoos and all that. It's just interesting, bro. Interesting.
I think they're going down that route just because of the fact of his upbringing, because of the fact that his father pushed him away from that. Like they basically, even in the first episode or the second episode, it seems as though that his father had that feeling that something was up with him, and tried to like figure out what was going on and try to like push him to be as masculine and do all these different things. And so I think that's the reason why they're trying to navigate that story. I thought it was very interesting too, the fact that they made sure they showcased that his first concussion was in high school, and how like he did not take time to rest. He still played, he drank, he smoked, he did all these different things, and those are all the things you're not supposed to do when you have a concussion. And so I don't know if they're trying to showcase that of like, yeah, he hasn't been in his right mind since then. What were your thoughts on that, Vashti?
I missed that last part.
Around like the fact that his first concussion was when he was in high school, and but you see they're trying to showcase that he wasn't in his right mind like early. Like that stuff happened early where like don't drink, don't smoke, don't play, and he just negated all of that information and went straight to just doing what he was doing.
Well, it seemed like that was also the culture that was at Florida, and I think that was one thing. I don't know if you guys watched the documentary on Florida that I thought would be way more salacious than it was, but it obvious what I saw from that documentary, and I forgot who did that documentary. It was just a glossed over version.
It was Netflix, yeah.
Florida. It was like Urban Meyer wrote it himself and wrote out all the bad stuff. So this kind of gives you a glimpse of some of the things that were going on at Florida. I don't know if that's an episode. Is that an episode 2?
Yeah, I saw some of the Florida things, and that's another conversation about how they portrayed Cam Newton, that Cam Newton character.
They played, but I do question the playing up of the gay thing. It's overkill to me. If that's what his lifestyle was, it's perfectly fine.
Right.
But I think they're taking a lot of creative license in where they are basically blaming his or making it seem as if his struggle with his sexuality led to everything else without true concrete evidence of that fact. And so that's I think it's overkill. It really, the story is really about him being gay. It's not necessarily. And the other thing I felt was wild was like the mom sleeping with the cousin's husband.
And apparently that's true. I looked that up. And apparently that is true. The mom was sleeping with the cousin's husband, and he did actually end up leaving to go live with his cousin. So that I looked that up. So I was like, bro, because at first when I saw that part Vash out, I was like, yo, this can't be. Come on, like this is too dramatic. But apparently, that happened.
But I really think I do think the gay stuff is overkill. That's my opinion.
It is, and especially like even with the episode. I know we talk about 1 and 2, but if you look at the latest episode, like they got he's at the combine and they got my man on the massage table. He's getting work done to him. You know what I mean, after he worked out. And it's just like these innuendos. It's like, okay, like, come on. Like, you really don't need to add the dramatic music, them locking eyes. Like, come on. Like, it's a little bit too much. It was unnecessary. It was completely unnecessary. So, again, I want to see how they, like, finish this out. because it is definitely overkill with this sexuality for sure.
I think, I'm sorry, go ahead, Vashta.
Well, I'm looking at the comments, and Carolina Boy 90 said that Ryan Murphy is known for doing that in his shows. His other shows I just looked up include Nip Tuck, Glee, American Horror Story, Pose, and Lone Star. So this is also coming from, and this is no knock. This is just facts. This is also a story coming from an openly gay guy. So I think in sometimes, people might push their agendas in their stories. And so I think that we're seeing that. I mean, they're really making this whole thing about that. And I don't think that that's actually how it was.
Yeah, I think that's my take on it as well. I was expecting a little bit more of like the murder piece, the gang, interact, all those different things, like what the reasons that he went to jail, and what took place there. But those are kind of like this, like, oh, they'll find a scene or two, but then it's the other things. Hopefully, we'll see.
My fault, Carlo. A little devil's advocate though. They got me though. I mean,
I'm still watching. Okay,
I'm watching every. They got me. I'm watching every week. So hey, listen, mission accomplished. If that's what they were trying to do, because they got me, I'm gonna finish the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Let me say this too. It's FX is pretty well produced. Like with the football integration and like how they match that with the actual.
No, that was solid.
It's actually really well done. Because some of these joints be looking corny, like some of the basketball stuff that it looks real corny. This is actually really well done, so I got to commend them on that. And whether this is a little falsification of what really happened, it's still a really interesting story, and I'm gonna finish it out. So
for sure, man, the football part looked way better than All-American, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Right, facts.
And like you said, they used actual footage and they overlapped it and stuff like that. And
it was solid.
And they talked about that. They talked, like I said, they gave you a glimpse into those wild parties at Florida, how all of those guys were getting in trouble.
A lawyer bailing them out.
Lawyer.
I mean, I firmly believe that exists everywhere. Everybody got to fix it, man.
I don't know though. I think it exists on certain levels.
I don't know. Fair. I think so I don't know. I push back just a little bit. I think that it exists until it doesn't exist, if you know what I mean. So basically, we'll fix it, especially if you're a 5-star, you're coming in, you're winning, but then something go around and it's like, oh, they just pull the rug from under them. It's like, yep, you're on your own.
Well, Georgia definitely has a fixer.
Oh my God.
Facts.
Yes.
That's a fact.
That's a Fendi fact.
They swept that one right up under the rug.
Yes, because they've been in some trouble this summer.
Have you heard anything about it since the season started?
Not at all. Not one thing. It was like. So go ahead, Shad.
No, I actually forgot about it until you just mentioned it.
It was like something was happening.
Yeah, it was like 12 to 15 different things. It was drunk driving, reckless driving, all these different things. Like, yeah. It was crazy. Anything else on Aaron Hernandez story before we move forward to our next piece? Cool. All right. Well, I'm gonna keep watching. They got me hooked, so I'm gonna definitely watch the next two. And if something else pops up that we need to talk about, I'm definitely bringing it up. So, next piece, we haven't done this in a while, so I thought I'd bring it back. Business or BS, right? So I got a few statements that I have here. Basically, what I want to know is the statements. If you agree with the statement, that means you're standing on business. If you disagree with the statement, I mean, you calling BS. You're saying like, nah, I don't agree with that, and this is why. You know how we do it, chat. If you want to be involved in this, throw in standing on business, throw in calling BS in the chat. Would love to hear what y'all think about this. So we're going to go into the first one. Super Bowl. Super Bowl's coming up. Super Bowl in New Orleans. There's been a lot of talk about Kendrick being the Super Bowl guest or Super Bowl performer, excuse me. My question to you all, or my statement is, Kendrick will bring a guest out in the Super Bowl. You standing on business? You think he bring out a guest, or you calling BS? You saying he gonna do this solo? Let's start with Vashta.
I don't know. This is tough because Kendrick doesn't strike me as a guy to bring out guests to kind of prop up his performance. So I could see him doing it, but if I had to say something, I'll say he's not. So BS, I guess.
Okay. Shot. You stand on
Yeah.
business, or you calling BS?
I think he's most capable of doing the show without a guest. But it is a Super Bowl. I think somebody's gonna get brought out. I think eventually he's gonna bring somebody out to kind of, whether it's like a little rest. I don't know, but I'm gonna go business. I think he's gonna bring somebody out.
Yeah, this was a tough one for me because I feel like he can do a show all by himself, but doing that particular show and needing some rest here and there does suffice. But I don't know. I feel I'm gonna call BS. I think that he'll just do this one solo. I think this is a very, very big moment for him. So I don't think he needs any help. So I'm calling BS. Next one. Deontay Johnson, last 2 games been balling. There's been rumors around him being traded. He's already come out and said that, you know, he prefers to stay here in Carolina. That's the news. And then also Canales came out and said like he doesn't see any particular trade happening. My statement is Deontay Johnson needs an extension right now. Don't wait. Do it right now. You standing on business or you calling BS? Shot.
I'm on business, man. Get that man the money. I don't know how you're gonna get it done, what it looks like for the future, but I like what I see in Deontay. A couple of drops, or one on record for him this past game. I saw a couple more that should have been caught, but I think he's exactly what his team needs. We haven't had a guy like him around here in a long time, and I think he's a compliment to what you have with some of the younger guys. So I'm definitely saying business, extend him as soon as possible. Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Big facts. Fast shot.
This is tough. I don't know if the team is ready to drop a bag on Johnson. And so I'm going to say BS because they're in such a state of flux. And you're saying today right now because, you know, the Panthers could lose the next 3 games. And somebody, a wide receiver needy team might give up a lot for him. I don't think today is the time. I think you got to give it a little more time. Although I do like him. I'm really unsure about the future of this franchise right now. When it comes to the main position, and that's the quarterback position. So yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna say BS.
That's a whole other conversation.
But I'm not mad. I wouldn't be mad if they did. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just think like we done lost so much talent from people leaving.
That's what I'm saying. Like when do we start keeping our guys? Like when do we start to actually build? And I get it. GMs, coaches are changing, whatnot. I understand all that, but at some point you got to start keeping your guys. And we done let everybody go. Like when do we start building our own? And Deontay appears to be young enough, 28, 27, 28, something like that. So it's time. It's time to keep some guys.
Yeah. I would definitely probably wait until after probably trade deadline just to see what people talking about. But I would definitely extend him before the season because I can't remember exactly how much that wide receiver franchise tag is. So I don't know if it makes sense. Things like 20 something. A lot. Yeah. Here's another one. This is something I just thought of. This is something I did not send to y'all, but it made me think about it. So I saw an interview with Chuba. Does Chuba? It's not even a business of BS. It's just a question. Does Chuba stay? Is he getting an extension, or is Chuba leaving for free agency? What are y'all thoughts? Let's start with Shot first.
I don't know, but I like Chuba a lot, man. This is coming from when Chuba was drafted. Didn't like the pick. He has completely changed his whole game. He's gotten way better. So I mean, he's earned it. He definitely earned a check. And I think he could get paid, but when you just drafted Jonathan Brooks, I know we have not seen him yet. I completely understand that. And could you keep them both? Yeah, that'd be nice. You got to get dump Miles Sanders. I'm just talking through it because I don't know the answer. I hope he stays. I like Chuba, but I don't know. Yeah. You can't keep everybody. That's why the salary cap, it does exist. This is where you get in these conversations when people say it doesn't exist. it doesn't exist until it does exist, and you got to make decisions like this. So you can't
Yeah.
keep everybody, and I would like to keep Chuba, but I don't know how we get it done.
Okay, Vashti.
Yeah, that's tough
It
because
is.
I mean you paying Miles Sanders right now. He's being paid like a top 10, top 12 running back, and he's second string. So what are you gonna do about that? Are you gonna pay two of those running backs? And you drafted Jonathan Brooks. We don't know, you know, we haven't seen him yet. So, who knows how that pick is going to pan out.
Yeah.
Canales, I think, really likes Chuba.
Yeah.
It's just that Miles thing makes it tricky because they gave Miles so much money. You really gotta figure that out. I think if they had to pick between the two, of course they would keep Chuba, but who is gonna trade for Miles Sanders right now? That
Right.
contract and what his production has been.
Yeah. No, I think this one's tough, right? I love Chuba. I think he's probably one of the hardest workers that we have on the Panthers, like from where he started to where he is now.
Facts.
Always steadily working on his craft. But here's my thing: if I'm Chuba's agent, I'm looking at the Panthers like, yeah, Chuba will stay, but you're going to have to pay him at least, or if not more than what you paying Miles Sanders.
Oh yeah.
Because not only did my man beat him out, but he's steadily progressing. He is top 5 running back right now in terms of yardage, yards per carry, all those different things. Like he is up there. You got to pay him as such, which is going to be a whole nother conversation. So that's what scares me about that. I don't know if he'll take a hometown discount. I doubt that he would because this is his big contract. So
this ain't his hometown.
Well, I'm talking about like
from Canada.
I'm talking about hometown in terms of like home team discount. Excuse me, like being
No.
here. I know this ain't his song. He's from the 6. We know he's from the 6. We understand that.
Not the 6.
Yep.
He's from like somewhere else.
Well, yeah, Canada. He's Canada, right?
Yeah, but the 6 ain't Canada. The 6
I understand that. I don't know what they call it, but he, when you say from Canada, everybody say the 6.
Do they?
So, I don't know. I guess so. That's what we all say at least.
Man, the Canadian disrespect is crazy up here.
The 6 is Toronto specifically.
Oh, it might be.
He's from some like country area in Canada, I think.
Shout out to them. No disrespect. Right? Shout out to them.
You done called everything the 6. Canada, the whole Canada is the 6.
Never mind. I'm about to say something crazy. I'll shut up. Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, you gotta watch that. Hey, real quick, I was gonna say with Miles Sanders is cuttable next year. His contract isn't as bad to cut next year. So I will say that. But at the same time, that again, we've been in this cycle of paying the wrong people. So that still does hurt us. Cutting Miles Sanders, paying that dead money, it adds up. So it's gonna hurt us either way. But at the same time, I don't know. You drafted Jonathan Brooks. I know he fell to us, but you drafted him for a reason. There had to be it seemed like at the time a succession plan for Chuba, but now Chuba's balling, and I thought he would have 1,000-yard season before even the season even started. But it's gonna be a tough decision, man. It's gonna be some tough decisions to make between him and Deontay.
Yeah, Chuba is from Alberta, which is closer to like the west coast of Canada than Toronto area. So Alberta is kind of like near where probably North Dakota would be, around that area.
Well, dang, my bad. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Alberta. All right, all our Alberta listeners, Pregame loves you. All right,
he literally from like the Canada sticks, not quite, but like that's out.
So he ain't from the 6, he from the sticks. Got it.
Yeah,
got it. Okay, let's go into the next one. Future, man. Future's been on the run this year. Quiet, not necessarily really quiet, but he's had 3 #1 albums this year, right? He had We Don't Trust You, We Still Don't Trust You. Now he got Mixtape Pluto. Vashti, you even tweeted about the Panthers after they beat the Raiders playing Plutowski in the locker room. So the vibes, everybody rocking with Future. My statement is: has he had the best run as a rapper this year out of all rappers? You stand on business or BS? Let's start with Vashti.
I mean, I haven't listened to not one of his albums, so I mean,
it's your opinion.
If the numbers say if he has 3 number 1 records, then I guess he's had a good run this year. I don't know if anybody else has had 3 number 1 records. As far as like really like garnering attention and popularity, I would say Kendrick's run with all of the beef with Drake. I think that tops it. But if we're talking strictly albums, if he had 3 number 1s, I don't think any artist is probably close to that right now. But run wise, like as an artist,
yeah, I'm talking about run wise. Yeah. Okay, Shot. Oh, I think Shot, you.
Yeah, I can hear y'all, but I don't know, man. I ain't really rocking with Future like that. I don't know. I can't offer an opinion on that, to be honest with you.
Okay, I respect it. I rock with Future. So I listen to all 3 albums. Solid, really good. Not his best run. His best run was definitely his mixtape times. If y'all know, y'all know. Talking about the Monster, 56 Nights, all those. Like that was his best run. But I do think that this was definitely K-Dot's year. I think the beef in and of itself, like that was everything everyone was talking about. So I don't think that this was I don't think he had the best year. He had a great year, but this was 2024 is definitely K-Dot's year. All right, let's get into the next one. Sleep. We hold on. Talk about we ain't tripping. Future. I rock with Future. I just gave a whole spiel of everything. So we know we rock with Future over here. Rock with Pluto. Not sure if y'all heard about this though, but Baker said some very interesting things. I think it might have been a week or so ago, but he basically, and I'm trying to pull it up because I don't want to misquote the guy, but basically about a week or two ago, he was on a podcast and they were asking him about his time, at Tampa Bay since Brady left. And he basically said that Brady left, and I quote, a high-strung environment in the locker room. Everybody was tense. Nobody was having fun. And he wanted to come in and bring the fun and bring his personality. And so Brady came back this week after hearing that, and someone asked him why he was on the network. He basically said, I thought the stressful was not having Super Bowl rings. He was like, there was a mindset of a champion that I took to work every day, and I brought a ring. We're not even going to ask business or BS here. Who was right? Who was wrong? Who do you agree with here? Baker or Brady? Let's start with Vashti. Oh, Shai, you want to go?
The man who brought a Super Bowl to them.
Big facts. But I thought it was crazy that Baker said that.
Cool, but it ain't fun when you're losing.
Brady said, if I want to have fun, I go to Disneyland with my kids.
Baker Mayfield said his comments were taken out of context, of course.
That's what they all say.
Nothing personal.
That's what they all say. Shah, what are your thoughts there?
Yeah, I'm going with the Dubs, man. Give me the Super Bowls. If that's what it takes, the high intensity or whatever he said, whatever the quote was, bring me the Dubs. Bring me the W's, bro. Baker, and it's interesting when you analyze that. Like, man, listen, what does it take to win? That fun is cool, bro, but like, I got to get some dubs. I want a Super Bowl. And like, it's just interesting to see their mentalities, and Baker's Baker and Tom is Tom. So I'm rolling with Tom Brady, man. Give me the GOAT.
Big facts. No, I mean, like, yeah, you want it to be fun, but at the same time, like, you'll have your fun. Once that championship, you holding that trophy over your head and you win the championship, then that's when you had your fun. But at the same time, like, a high-strung environment means everybody's locked in. We're locked in on a goal. We got to win these games. We got to get to the Super Bowl, and that's what it is. All right, one more Panther question for you all. Business or BS? We all understand Mike Jackson was, we traded for him. He's over here, and we also have Dane Jackson. My question to you all, or not even a question, but my statement, and see if you're standing on business or you calling BS. Mike Jackson will continue to start for the season, even with Dane back. Vashti, you stand on business or you calling BS?
I really don't know. I don't know. I think that Mike Jackson has actually played pretty well. So I mean, it's still going to take a little minute for Dane Jackson. They're not going to throw Dane Jackson into a game on Sunday.
Right.
So it really depends on Mike's performance this week. if Mike hoops, then I think you ride with the hot guy.
Right. Who's bad?
If he's not, then you see what Dane can give you. They also signed Caleb Farley. So
yeah. I'm cautiously optimistic on that one. Shot, what are your thoughts? Shot, you got pulled over? My God's fine.
Nah, that's it was an accident up here. But nah, I think MJ, bro, MJ is he's been playing really well, man. So I think you got to go with the high hand. I think Canales has already shown you that he's gonna roll with whoever's playing better. I mean, you look at the quarterback situation. You know what I mean, use that as a sample size, and I think he's gonna play with MJ. MJ has been done really well. So
agree.
Dane, I think Dane, while you did pay him, you didn't invest that much to where he can't be benched until he's 100%. But I think it's MJ's job to lose. So I'm rolling with MJ.
Completely agree. Last one, and then we got some week 4 predictions. We'll run through those real quick. So Stephon Diggs was on a podcast. I don't know why all these players been getting on podcasts and just kind of telling some business, whatever. But he talked about his time at Buffalo. He talked about his time at Minnesota. And he talked about being at Minnesota and the fact that he left. Everybody was over here speculating on the reasons why he left Minnesota. But he finally came out and said, I left Minnesota because Adam Thielen was becoming the wide receiver number 1 for them. And he said, no disrespect to Adam Thielen, but I'm not playing second fiddle to him, which is why I left. Standing on business or BS, do you think that he made the right decision to bounce, or do you think he should have fought through it and showed that he was wide receiver 1? Let's start with Shad.
I mean, when I first read this, I was like, Stephon sound crazy. But at the same time, I understand it. Like, I think it's worked out for Stephon. I think he's been able to get paid wherever he's gone. So I understand that mindset of, listen, I'm not going to get the targets that I want here as long as Adam Thielen and who else is here. So I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna go elsewhere, be wide receiver 1. That's what he did, and he's been continuing to get paid ever since. So I think he made the right move.
Okay, best time.
Yeah, I mean, the NFL. You gotta, if like Shad said, if the writing was on the wall that he was not going to get a lot of playing time and he wasn't going to be able to show his value as a receiver because he would not be the person to get the targets, you got to move where you can get that bag. Like, I'm an advocate for guys doing whatever they need to do to get their money out of these guys while they can. These owners make money hand over fist. If he needed to move to secure himself financially,
yeah, because they're not gonna do it for you.
No, absolutely.
They're not gonna look out for you, because at the end of the day, if you're not getting those targets and you're not producing, they're gonna pull up those numbers when it's contract time and say, well, depending on these numbers that you did for this season,
that's why guys like Deontay encourage the quarterback change.
Yes, exactly.
Deontay's in a contract year, like,
absolutely. You gotta eat. You gotta eat.
Yeah.
Which is one reason I think he wants to stay here.
They went to Canales and was like, bro, what we doing?
Really?
Yeah.
That's what the streets saying.
Time out. You can't just drop that T like that, so subtle like that.
Well, I was in the scrum after the win in. Where'd they win?
Raiders.
Vegas.
And a reporter basically mentioned while he was speaking to Deontay that, that there were reports that they were going to the coaching staff about concerns over the lack of efficiency with the offense, and more specifically, the lack of touches that they were getting. Right. And Deontay basically, and I have to see, I hope I didn't delete that because I'm pretty sure I was recording. Deontay basically confirmed it.
Which is interesting because when you think about it, all the talk, man, me and Bryce is on the same page. That's my guy. We got this great relationship.
Well, he was till they started playing games.
I'm just saying. I know. No, and there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not trying to say this anything. I support it in the fact that, hey, I got to get my bag. You are messing up my bag. So I understand it. I completely get it. It's just
it ain't
personal.
personal. It ain't personal.
Not personal at
it's
all.
just business. It's just
I gotta
business.
see if I have that video.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I gotta see if I have that video. I was there recording. When I heard it, I was like, "Oh."
So right there, Vasha, that negates the whole Tepper did this spiel that everyone's doing.
I've been telling y'all that was not a Tepper move.
I know. I never thought it was. Personally, I didn't. But I'm saying
I agree. I don't think it was ever a Tepper move. I just think that Tepper, he got to know what's going on.
Yes,
that's all I mean,
like as an owner, you got to approve it. You got to approve that a big move like that. But at the end of the day, and we've all said this, you got to at the end of the day, we talked about this with Pierce earlier, Shad. It's not just one person you coaching. It's the entire locker room, 52 people. You know what I'm saying? So if they come into you like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, we see the scheme, we know all that. Like, we got to fix this. You got to do what's best for the team. You got to get these dubs.
Yeah, I do have video from that locker room, but I don't know if I have.
Okay. Well,
I don't know if I have that specific answer.
Okay. Keep looking. If you have it, we'll get into the predictions for the week. I have the numbers, and let me tell y'all something, man. I wish I had my daggone sound machine so I can press some sounds here, because the person who was complaining every week, oh, I don't like to pick the number, I don't like to pick the predictions of the games, I'm not good at this, is kicking everybody's tail. Vashta, you were kicking everybody. Yes. Vashta, you were kicking everybody's tail.
That's why I don't pick, because I'm nice.
So no, get out of here. No, I don't want to.
I'm trying to tell you, I be nice.
You trying to save us. You trying to save us.
I for real. That's why I don't play fantasy football. Like, it's just I'll predict literally like college games, like before like Duke or UNC games. Somebody will ask me, "That's right, what you think?" And for whatever reason, my gut will be like, "Man, I think Duke gonna get upset." And so it became a thing in the media room, like, that's how I be knowing. That's the phrase. That's why I don't pick, because
let me tell you. So week one predictions. Shad, you went 11 for 16, which is really good. Solid. I went 10 for 16. Vashta, you went 12 for 16, right? Which is solid, right? Week 3, Shad, you weren't here, but it was Dave. Both Dave and I went 10 for 16. Vashta, you went 11 for 16. Week 4, Shad, you went 7 for 16.
That's trash.
I went, I feel you. I'm right there with you. I went 9 for 16. Vashta, you went 12 for 16.
What?
Nice.
I'm like, wait a minute. The person that was over here complaining about all this is out here kicking everybody's tail. What's going on? We're not doing it no more. Now it's playing.
That's how we know.
Yeah, I quit.
Nah, look, mama ain't raising a quitter now.
I need to start betting. I've never bet on anything sport.
Hey, so look, this might be a shout out to my homeboy Ship that does the betting thing. But look, y'all better listen to these picks that Vashta picking. Y'all might win some money.
Put your little parlay together. A Vashta parlay might get you paid.
A V parlay. All right, so we're gonna do these quick because we run out of time here. So I won't go into my whole spiel about who's gonna win, the reasons why I think they're gonna win. We're just gonna do these quick, and then I'll pull the film and write these things down. All right. So Vashta, starting with you, Bucks, Falcons.
Falcons.
All right.
It's at I'm gonna go Falcons as well.
It's at Atlanta.
Yeah, I see what we got. Falcons. I'm going Falcons as well.
All right. Shoot. Baker's been doing good. I got Falcons. I got Falcons too. All right. Jets, Vikings. Vashta.
I don't trust the Jets. So I'm gonna go with the Vikings, which is crazy because Dalton's about to be 5 or 6-0.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Yo, that's funny. Bash, I got some horse names for you to pick. everybody, everybody trying to go back. Look,
Yeah,
person that
funny.
don't want to do it. It's crazy. All right, Sha, who you got? New York,
Yeah, I'm going.
Minnesota.
I picked the Vikings last week. I'm rolling with the Vikings, man. They got something going. Jets ain't looking too hot right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going Vikings.
Even though you went 7 for 16 last week, you're the only one to pick the Vikings last week because of the fact that I didn't trust Sam Darnold, but that man cooking. So I got the Vikings too. All right. Baltimore, Cincinnati. Bashta.
Another good matchup for Baltimore. I'm gonna go with Baltimore. I like them.
Okay.
I think the Bengals are shaky. Actually, I'm gonna go with Baltimore.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Bengals. I mean, we let them get away with one, but I don't think that was kind of fool's gold. I'm rolling with the Ravens.
That's funny. What would Vashti do? Yo, there. This is hilarious. I got Ravens too, man. I feel like we could have beat the Bengals. We left a lot of points on the board, and this man Derrick Henry just ran for 209 yards last week. So we'll see. I got the Ravens as well. All right, Colts, Jags. Is this battle of the mid?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Shah, what you got?
I'm gonna go. Although Anthony Richardson is still limited in practice, Flacco ain't no hoe. So I'm gonna go.
That's a fact.
That's
I thought you was about to shade him. I thought you was about to shade Flacco for a second.
Right.
No, come on, y'all. I'm
Joe
gonna
ain't
go with the Colts.
Hey, that's a fact. Shot, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going Colts too. The Jaguars are trash.
The Jaguars are look. We can say that as Panthers fan. We got one win. They got 0. They
Facts.
trash. I got the Colts, man. Look, if you put out Sleepy Eye Joe out there, and he gonna cook. All right. So Dolphins, Patriots. Bashta.
This is awful.
Yeah,
the Dolphins look so bad,
bruh. They look like 2023 Panthers right now.
They look so bad.
It's like 9 straight quarters, no touchdown, no.
I'm going with the Patriots. Although I do think they have a better showing, they look so bad. They look so lost without Tua. Like they look bad. And they playing in New England. I'm going with New England.
Okay. Shot.
Yeah, I gotta roll with New England, man. Unfortunately, Miami ain't looking so hot, so New England it is.
Yeah, I don't see them getting together anytime soon. I think I got the Patriots here. It's gonna be an ugly game though. It's gonna be close, but Patriots gonna win. All right, Cleveland, Washington, Vashti.
Washington.
Shot.
Yeah, same. I'm going Washington as well. Cleveland not so good. They got a lot of turmoil right now.
They definitely got a lot of going on. Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, Deshaun out there, him and Jameis, they over there arguing with
they
people.
Got beef? I had no idea.
It's some weird stuff going on up there.
Between them,
Amari
I think
Cooper.
it was between yeah.
And Amari Cooper, Amari Cooper not looking like Amari Cooper. Nick Chubb is coming back. I don't think he's gonna play this week, but Jaden Daniels and that man cooking, bro. So I'm not betting against him again. I got the Commanders. All right, next one. This could be a good game. Buffalo, Houston. Bashed out who you got. It's gonna be a tough one. This could be a good one right here.
The Buffalo win last week.
Buffalo.
They lost to the Ravens, right?
They lost to the Ravens. Yeah, they lost to the Ravens, and
I'm gonna go with Buffalo.
All right.
I'm switching it up. Yeah, I'm switching it up. I'm gonna go with the Texans. I know they're not playing the best football right now, but they're gonna get it back. They're gonna go right, get it going. So I'm gonna go Texans.
Yeah, they're definitely not playing the best. And a lot of other commentators and everything are saying that this is not the same team that we thought that they were going to be. This is at Houston. I feel like they got a lot to prove. This is tough. I think I'm gonna pick the Texans as well.
Oh, okay.
Look, Vasha, like, yeah, another one for me.
I'm trying. We had all the same picks. I had to switch it up somewhere.
I mean, look, that Buffalo's defense is not great, but the
That's
offense
what
is
I was
solid.
literally going to look at.
Buffalo's defense is not like
the Texans defense right now is like bottom to last.
Never mind. Can I switch it? I'm switching.
Nah,
No,
you can't
never
switch.
mind.
I can't switch. You switched. No, you switched last week. You switched last week, Rod. You switched last week, and honestly, you switched. And when you switched, you switched to Miami.
Only I can switch.
And they got.
They're not bottom to last, but their defense isn't looking too great.
Oh man, Derek Stingley over there on Khalil Shakur. I'll stick with Houston.
Yeah, stick with y'all.
I'm gonna stand on business. On business. All right, Raiders, Broncos. Fast out.
Raiders.
I'm going Broncos here. They're actually not bad. I'm going Broncos.
Yeah, I was calling them mid a few weeks ago, and y'all were like, nah, they were cooking. I looked them up, and they actually are not terrible. They don't score a lot, but the defense is good. You don't have a Devontae. Why am I saying Deontay? You don't have a Devontae Adams, and you got Pat Surtain over there. I got Broncos. Pat's just like, oh, I'm gonna beat y'all again. Cardinals, 49ers. Bashta. I should let you go. I should let you go last because you kicking our tail, Vashta.
Yeah. Why am I going first?
I don't know. I was just picking that list. All right, I'll let you go last. I'll let you go last. I'll let you go last, Vashta. How about that? Respect for the last couple games.
Thank you.
All right, Shai, go for it.
I'm gonna go 49ers. I don't have any rhyme or reason. They playing at home. I know they're not playing the best right now, but I'm gonna go 49ers. Division game.
Yeah, they're not playing the best, but they continue to win. So
do they?
Yeah, I mean the Rams
beat them last week. They lost 2 of the last 3.
They won last week though.
Yeah, they won last week, but then they lost 2 prior to that.
Yeah, they're at home. Arizona.
They beat the Patriots at that.
Okay, yeah.
But don't let me. Y'all go ahead and do y'all thing.
Let me cook. I'm cooking. Let me cook.
Yeah, y'all do y'all thing.
All right, so here's the thing. Here's the way I'm gonna pull it. This is what I'm gonna do. I think this might be upset. I'm picking the Cardinals, and here's the reason I'm picking the Cardinals. It's because of the fact that they got whooped by the Commanders last week, and I think they got something to prove. I think I got Cardinals over 49ers. Bashta.
49ers.
All right. I'm the only one. How you do it? Okay. All right. So Green Bay, Rams, shot. They shot might having connection issues. Just text me your stuff. I'm gonna pick Green Bay, LA. I'm picking Green Bay here. You're going in and out, shot. Bash out. What you got?
Yeah, we can hear you now. I'm gonna go Green Bay. Oh no, we can't.
We can't hear you. No, we can't hear you, big dog. Giants, Seahawks. Seahawks. This is easy.
Yeah. Same.
All right. Dallas, Steelers. I hate to pick this because I always want to pick the people I want to win on this one. But I think the Cowboys will win this one. I think they'll pull this one through. Vashta.
Steelers.
Oh, I hope you're right. I really hope you're right. Are you picking them because you really feel that way? Or are you picking them because you want them to?
That's who I think will win.
I hope you're right. I really hope you're right. All right, last 2. Saints, Chiefs. Vashta.
Chiefs.
Oh, I thought you were going first, right? My bad. I thought you were going first.
Chiefs.
Yeah, I got Chiefs too. Chicago, Panthers. You already know I'm picking the Panthers. I don't think you picked last time, or you did pick last time, but you did it because
I picked against the Panthers.
Yeah, you picked against the Panthers because that's what you did against the Raiders, and we won. So, is that what you're doing again?
I think the Panthers win. It's gonna be tough.
Really?
It's gonna be tough. I think the Panthers have a better offense right now than the Bears. That defense was shaky.
Yeah.
Trevor Wallace at linebacker. You got a rookie calling the plays.
I think he might hoop.
I hope he hoops.
I think he might hoop. I think he might hoop for real. I don't feel right. I might have changed it. I don't feel right picking the Cowboys. So I just don't like the Cowboys. I can't stand the Cowboys. So I'm changing my answer to the Steelers too, because I can't stand the Cowboys. I can't stand them. So I'm picking the Steelers. That's the only thing I'm switching. I'm staying with Houston, the other one. All right. It's been fun. I'm gonna have to grab shots, numbers to see what we do. But Vasha, you kicking our tail right now. You kicking our tail.
That's
shout out to you.
Shout out to you. Asking for the results because I kind of knew.
You've been kicking our tail. That's why you did it. You keeping your own record.
I'm not keeping my own record, but I keep I know.
You know what you picked.
Vaguely who I picked. Yeah.
I respect it. But look, I got a whole notebook right here that I'm writing down everybody's stuff. So I got your numbers. And I keep tracking it. Whoever wins, I got something for y'all. I got something for whoever wins. So
okay,
it'll be fun, and maybe it's something we can pass along.
Let me stop being cocky.
It's gonna be a champion. It's gonna be like a championship belt, pregame podcast championship belt for whoever wins. So we got something cooking up. We'll just pass it along. You have your name on it. You know what I'm saying? If you got a nickname, whatever you want to put on there, we'll cook it up. But it's been fun. Like always, we had a really good mailbag question last week. If you have any mailbag questions you want us to answer, topics you want us to talk about, you know how to contact us. You can hit us up on the pregamepc@gmail.com, or you can hit us up on any of the social pieces here. So whether it be the Pregame PC on Instagram, Pregame PC on Twitter, whatever it is, you know how to find us. Or you can hit us up on our socials. So if you want to hit up Carolina Blitz and you have some questions for her or questions for any of us, we want to hear from you. So thank y'all. This has been a great episode. I'm about to go eat because I'm starving. And then again, shout out to TJ and his beautiful bride. I'm going to the wedding tomorrow. So that's why I'm not at home. I'm in Wallace. I think it's like 45 from Wilmington. So super excited to go to the wedding. It's going to be fun, but it's been a fun episode. Bashai, Shad, thank y'all. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.